Look at this guy, man. You guys know you're like a star now. The Rams won the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm gonna put this side.
And of course, here he comes. Listen, is he smoking a cigar? He's really gonna. What? Oh my God! Yes, Rudy.
Rambo! Finally! The Ramirez Sports Report returns to the Rambo Show.
I'm out of here.
Rambo!
Yes, Rudy.
Put down the top. Crank up the Beach Boys, baby. Don't let the music stop. We gon' ride it till we just can't ride it no more. From the side, baby, to the side, from the west side. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
What is up, my Ramelia fans of the Los Angeles Rams, the last NFC team to win the Super Bowl year before last. Sorry for the delay fighting with these video clips. So when I said I'll just cue it up. I'll just cue it up and I'll show it. I try to put the clip in here so it runs smoothly. We'll see how that goes. So I just want to get into what we've talked about before, and props to my guy, G12, Grandizer 12. There's my brother, Grandizer 12. Hola, Vato, what's happening? What's new with you, Rudy, Ramelia, Rasteros, and Vatos Locos Forever? Let's go, LA, puro Ramsteros a la verga. Who's the casa? The Rams casa. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you, G12. Thank you so much, man. Much love as always. So I wanted to just real quick, and I've told you guys about this. I'm going to be at Rams training camp. The 29th, July 29th. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. Make sure you guys get there early. The gates open up about 3 o'clock, 2:30. You want to get there way earlier. You want to be in line. You want to be in the car line to get in. Believe me, if you want to, so that way you can get into the canopies, you have to go online and register your tickets. And it doesn't cost anything, but you have to register that you're going to be there. Doesn't matter whose name you put on the tickets. You can put whoever's going to go. They don't really check that. As long as you have a ticket, that's all they really care about. They're going to have vendors and stuff there. They'll have food vendors, and I think they had beer last year. Stuff for the kids. It's going to be hot though, so just make sure you get there early so you can get one of the canopy bleachers. So I just want to keep saying that as we're getting closer to training camp, everything, and props to you guys for tuning in. And but yeah, I got some pretty cool clips, and I was fighting with the clips. Sometimes they don't want to load. I gotta get a new laptop. I mean, I got this laptop right when the pandemic happened. We're all at home, and I ordered out from HP, and I put it the very best that they had. 12 gigabytes of RAM, big hard drive, the very best camera they had. Of course, laptop cameras aren't that good anyway. I use a different one, but it's really slow and bogs down. And I'm like, this is, don't ask me to do an HP commercial, because I'll tell you exactly. And they have good products, but I when I first got it, I had to send it back. When you would open and close the screen, it would turn off. There was a loose wire in there. I just barely got it. And then it's been a nightmare. I got, right as we speak there, I have a problem with my fan. It's only a few years old, so I'll be replacing that soon. So, it'll be much easier to set my clips up. So in the meantime, thank you guys for bearing with me. It's so frustrating because I have so much that I want to do. You guys have seen my videos. I'm fairly creative, and I'm trying to put this and that, and I'm like, God, I'm waiting for it to, to load the next, and edit. And so once I have that, I'll be able to do a lot more stuff. So, but thank you guys. I just wanted to give you a glimpse into what I have in front of me when I'm coming in. Why is he delayed? Oh, he's probably working on something, just so you guys know. So thank you guys for coming in. I wanted to talk about training camp. I want to talk about the Matthew Stafford. That's the clip that I was fighting with. Michael Lombardi, we've talked about this before. First, it was Mike Florio, always the haterade. And Michael Lombardi always says, oh, Donald could be traded if the Rams start out slow. Before that, it was Matthew Stafford. The Rams were fielding offers. This is not word for word, but basically, and but no, the Rams wanted to make moves this offseason. The Rams wanted to. I found out. Who knows exactly the truth, but the Rams wanted to restructure Matthew Stafford's contract, and he reneged, or not reneged, he rebuffed, or what's the word? He said no, because they weren't going to not give him his money. They wanted to backload it a little bit so we can make some moves this offseason. And so they came to an agreement, and but that wasn't that the Rams are fielding offers for Stafford. He's part of the pillars, as Les Nita said. And so we'll see what happens with that. But let me get into the chat, and then we'll get to my clips. I'll show you guys what I mean. My guy Jacques 42, Big Rudy in the house. What's up, my brother? Appreciate you for coming in. As always, thank you so much. It's a hot Wednesday. Oh boy, it's hot. Hold on.
Rudy.
Jack 42 says, nice shirt, Rudy. LA. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, I like my shirt, but I made the mistake of drying it. The dryer. I took it out of the dryer, and I'm like, this 2XL is now a large. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. I was like, dang it. And because my t-shirts, as you guys know, when they're cotton, you want to turn them inside out and hang them up, and they last longer. The graphics, they start to crack when you put them in the dryer. So I didn't realize it got thrown in there with the regular load. Like it still goes on. Thank you, man. I got it a long time ago, but yes, indeed. Thank you. I appreciate you. G12 says, tell them Ramilia, and they will move you up to the head of the line. Thank you, G12, and God bless you for coming in. And a lot of people don't know my guy G12. He's an amazing dude, great Dolphins fan. Hopefully, his Dolphins will do something this year. They have a really formidable team, a lot of speed. Looking for big things with Mike McDaniels, head coach. Great dude. He helps multiple YouTubers and on with their channels. Amazing guy. G12 says, Rams legend of the noche. No legend of the noche today, but we can talk about a Rams legend and Matthew Stafford in a little bit. And thank you. We will be going back to that G12 Grandizer 12 as we get closer to the season, because I'm going to do a segment after I do the Rams legend of the night. I'll do I was going to do it last year, but I'll do a short video clip so somebody can tune in and see who was the Rams legend of the night that stream. Jacques 42 says G12. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. G12 says, say it. Not yet. True to the game, 209 says Lombardi is full of it. Dude just spits the nonsense. Yeah, okay. There's always going to be guys that go overboard, right? It's clicks. He's doing his job because he's able to get on my guy's show and have him on there and stuff. But man, come on now. First it was Aaron. I mean, he kind of throws stuff against the wall. But anyway, okay. So let me get to some of my clips here. I do want to give a shout out. My guy G12 was talking about Rams legend of the night, and sorry for the unexpected live stream. I do this from time to time, just so you guys know. And so I know a lot of people are getting off work or they're busy. They didn't know I was coming on. I basically did it within a half hour. Then I delayed it a little because I was fighting with the clips, but I always appreciate you. And just so you guys know, I do this from time to time, especially in the off season. If I have something I want to talk about, but, and thank you guys for watching the replay as well. But yes, indeed. So, I want to talk about my guy G12 was talking about Rams legend of the night. Besides Matthew Stafford, this guy here is the reason why we're Super Bowl champions in the NFC. The last team to win the Super Bowl championship in the NFC is a Cooper Kupp, Super Cup. I mean, this is PFF stats, amazing, crazy stats. Cooper Kupp. I mean, the guy. I want to say one thing. We're expecting him to come back strong. He's working out. They're being very careful with him. He's at full speed already, but they're being very careful. Same thing with Matthew Stafford. He doesn't have any, like last year, remember, with the elbow tenderness. He's full bore. He doesn't have any pitch counts, but they're going to be smart with him too. And so these are the two key guys. But look at the stats with this guy. I mean, all those yards, crazy. Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford, in my opinion, the best wide receiver QB duo in the NFC. Amazing when they're rolling, man. And I'm very excited with our offensive line. Coleman Shelton, Havenstein, Ankrum, ready to go with Steve Avila, Warren McClendon, a lot of good depth. We kind of got to weed out guys, Brian Allen. We got to we'll see where we're going to play guys, see who's going to be depth. Logan Bruss is there, chomping at the bit too. It's going to be a different season. And then you have a contract season for Van Jefferson, who has to show up or show out. I mean, if he wants big money, he's got to do something. And we're looking for him to take another stride to be that for sure number QB, wide receiver 2. And then Tutu Atwell showed flashes with Baker Mayfield last year. And then Ben Skoranek taking the next step, maybe to be QB3. Lance McCutcheon hopefully will get a shot. Puka Nacua, Davis Allen, Tyler Hunter, the guy we got in the Ramsey deal, our drafted gems that we have. I cannot wait. Yes, indeed. Let's see. G Trust says, yes, that shirt does look a little bit tight on you. Well, plus I have a black shirt underneath. I had like not a tank top, but like a muscle shirt. And I just put it on over. I go, oh shoot, I forgot that it shrank. G12 says, oh, yeah, big boy, habla español like your shirt. I love it, man. I missed you at G12. I missed you, man. Appreciate you so much. Cup runs over. Yes, indeed. My guy Gabriel, what's up, brother? What's up, brother? Appreciate you so much. Yes, indeed. But I'm gonna have to get another one of these shirts and make sure I hang it up to dry. I was so mad when I saw this shirt in the dryer because I thought this was gonna crack, but then it shrank. It's okay. It is what it is. So let me get into what I wanted to talk about. Is one of the things I wanted to talk about. Jordan Rodriguez of The Atlantic. She covers the Rams, and she's on wonderful reporter that covers the Rams. Wonderful thing she's doing with Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Andy Reid, LaFleur. Excuse me, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, McDaniels, the Dolphins coach, and LaFleur, the Green Bay Packers coach, all with the Shanahan and McVay trees, young head coaches of the NFL. And I wanted to talk about that because it turns out that, I knew that the Rams were trying to interview Kyle Shanahan, but they couldn't wait for him, basically. But I didn't know at the time that Kyle Shanahan, there's a snowstorm that prevented Kyle Shanahan from interviewing with the Rams. God bless the big Ram in the sky. I mean, God works in mysterious ways. I'm so thankful and glad that we got our guy Sean McVay. God bless Kyle Shanahan. He's one of the better coaches in the NFL. He's got pedigree, being Mike Shanahan's son. And same thing with McVay, coming from that great Niners heyday with his grandfather who passed away. May he rest in peace, John McVay. As a kid, Sean McVay was around those great teams in the Niners clubhouses with his grandfather there. But God bless the things that work out that way, that we hired Sean McVay, and the rest is NFL history. He ended up winning the Super Bowl, the youngest head coach in NFL history. And Kyle Shanahan is still waiting for his ring, and he is a great coach, but he's got to be the very luckiest head coach in the NFL. I mean, the guy pulled Brock Purdy out of his hat, and then only for him to go down. And our guy Sean McVay, Also, I showed this clip before. I love this clip. I got to keep showing it. Has a statue already.
There it is.
Great coaches. The clip that I want to show you is Colin Cowherd, and he says, like, he believes like I do. I believe that the Rams are going to go 8-9 or 9-8, depending if we get off to a fast start. I believe that we're going to go 1-2 or 2-0 against the Niners and Seahawks to begin the season. I think we can beat these Seahawks. And I believe that the Rams can beat the Niners. It's going to be early in the year. Teams catch up. They don't really play their starters in the regular they don't play their starters in the regular season. But I hope that we finally get Trey Lance. And when we get after him and Raheem Morris confuses them, and they have a formidable run game, so it will be hard. But with Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp healthy, Van Jefferson, Higbee, 2-2. I'm ready to roll, baby. So I'm picking let's go 1-2 right there, maybe 2-0 if we if we win the first game. I'm ready for it. So people are sleeping on us, and I like it that way. Let's see. My guy Gabriel says, "Dope shirt." Thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. True to the Game says it's crazy to think how much Stafford helped Kupp break out during his first season together. It is, man. And you know what? I believe too. Like, I don't. Pundits and Mike Florios and the Michael Lombardis and guys like that and Colin Howard. I don't agree with everything they say. Most of the stuff that some of them don't say. Colin Cowherd has some good takes. I don't agree with all of them. He believes, like I do, that Matthew Stafford's a Super Bowl quarterback. He already won the Super Bowl, the fastest to 40 and 50,000 yards passing, tied with Drew Brees to the fastest to 40,000 yards. He's the quarterback of two of the greatest seasons ever by two different wide receivers, Hall of Famer Calvin Johnson, Megatron, and then now probably Hall of Famer Cooper Kupp, two of the greatest seasons ever, the Triple Crown winner. And I can see them doing it again. I can see Matthew Stafford winning Comeback Player of the Year. I can see, because he's got a chip in his shoulder. He's very proud, and he's very competitive. Matthew Stafford, the soul stealer, the Tom Brady soul stealer. So I'm very ready to see what these guys can do this year. My guy Grand Dodger says, welcome all Rams fans and fans to the stream, Late Night Horchata and Tequila with your host, Rudy, the Really Sports Report. Hope you are having a good night. A la verga. Isaac 42 says, tacos horchata. Yes, indeed. So let me get to my clip. So this is along the lines of what I'm thinking. This is the clip that was messing with me that made me late today. But let me cue it up here, and hopefully it runs smoothly. Colin Cowherd talking about the Rams season this year, and talking about where he thinks the Rams are in the Kyle Shanahan Sean McVay rivalry. And here we go.
Tried to trade Matt Stafford this offseason. Now, what I was told is that the Rams tried to feverishly rework his contract. Stafford didn't have a great deal of interest in that. He got him a Super Bowl. He wasn't going to pay for some of their drafting mistakes. So Matt Stafford said, I got y'all a ring. You got me a ring. Part of the deal was I get paid the way I get paid. I moved to a very expensive city, and I don't feel like reworking my deal. So the Rams, because of that, wanted to make some moves this offseason, and they couldn't. My hunch is the Rams will draft a quarterback next season. It's a great quarterback draft. They'll probably be middle of the first round, somewhere between like 12 and 18. That's my guess. I see him as an 8-9 win team. Most people see him as a 6-7 win team. That would put him about 12-13. The Rams roster is very, very young. Now, they do have great players at key positions. Quarterback, Stafford still top 10. Aaron Donald, first or second best defensive lineman. Cooper Kupp, when healthy, a monster. Also a great coach. And they've got probably the first or second richest owner. It matters. He can write a lot of checks. But even if they traded Matt Stafford, I think the move to get Matt Stafford was absolutely, unequivocally, inarguably worth it. Los Angeles, for better or worse, and I think it's for better, is the most distracted city in America. Perfect weather. Mountains within a couple hours. Beaches. 31 music venues. 10 pro teams. 2 major universities. Think about how big New York is. Sometimes, though, they don't have our beaches nearby. Ours are connected to the city. They don't have our mountains. Go to Vermont or come out west. They don't have 2 major universities and college football programs in their city. Do they have 31 music venues around New York? Probably, but I doubt it. The reality is our weather and our proximity to things to do. Vegas is a 40-minute flight away. We're very distracted. The Rams were building a new stadium, and they needed to get noticed. And they did. And they got everybody a ring. And you can say what you want about the Niners' dominance. Kyle Shanahan would trade all those regular season wins over McVay for a ring yesterday. So the Rams are not in a terrible place. If you look at their schedule, and this is why I tend to be higher on the Rams than everybody else, they only face 3 great elite quarterbacks. Week 3, they're at Joe Burrow.
So there it is. I didn't have a chance. Like I said, the clip was fighting me. Hopefully it came out smooth enough for you guys to hear it all. I'll break it up and put it on another stream, but I didn't get a chance to break up the video, so it ran a little long. But I believe, like he does, like we can go to 8-9, 9-8. Our defense is going to kind of catch up towards the halfway of the season. We start playing teams that aren't that great. We start putting W's in the column, and the NFC is not the strongest. It is. And in my opinion, it's very weak. There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be fighting for position, and we'll see what happens. I have us possibly winning the wild card. If Trey Lance struggles, if I think that Brock Purdy might not even play this year. Tell you the truth, Sam Darnold. I can see where we have a chance to have outside position and win the division. We'll see what happens. We got to win that first game to have a chance, though, because you can't give them a tiebreaker if they sweep us again in the regular season, because we have this young team, and it's just matchups, the way our personnel matches up. We don't have a Von Miller right now. We don't have an OBJ, so we have a lot of young guys with potential, but we'll see what happens. But I really think that we're going to at least get one of those games against the Niners. The first game, hopefully, we're going to finally get Trey Lance. But I believe, like he does, that we're going to be a lot better team than people think, and I'm waiting for it. My guy G12 says, Rams news, Rams stupid move. Marshall Faulk change on coach Sean McVay, hired by Los Angeles. Sports Illustrated, Rudy was there. Yeah, so my guy G12 is saying Marshall Faulk, because Sean McVay was kind of not an unknown commodity, but he was a young guy, the youngest head coach to get up to have a job at that time. Ended up being the youngest head coach to win the Super Bowl, but he didn't like the hire. He wanted a more seasonal known guy for Los Angeles, coming off of Jeff Fisher. And then he had dinner with Sean McVay, and Sean McVay, you talk to him, the guy's so he makes you want to run through the walls for him. He knows about football, and he changed Marshall Faulk's mind and said, "Oh, I think that's going to be a pretty good hire." So yes, indeed, great call, G12. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Bottled Up says, "Oh, 6 wins." Yeah, I don't think last year, just so you guys know, all those injuries, 12 different offensive lineups in 12 straight games. Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, Aaron Donald, the first time his career got hurt on the sidelines. We almost won 7 games. We gave away the game in Tampa Bay. The referees handed the Seahawks game to the Seahawks when they gave us a BS running into the kicker call. We could have put the Lions in the playoffs and knocked out the Seahawks. And that's with that team. This team doesn't have so many frontline players, but they do have good second and third year players, and they do have a lot of young guys that are chomping at the bit. Raheem Morris is going to put on defense. Raheem Morris is going to put them in position to excel, like Kobe Durant, the land shark. coming on. Darian Kendrick is there. Fuller's there. So Fuller's the Super Bowl champion. Ernest Jones in the middle with the green dot, middle linebacker. Aaron Donald's raising havoc. Jonah Williams, Bobby Brown III, my prerogative. Michael Hoyt, I'm ready to go, baby. I'm ready to go. Balled Up says, Rudy wants Lance. I do, man. I really do. I mean, I appreciate the kid, but he's raw. He does make mistakes. He tends to float balls over the middle. I'm waiting for it. G12 says, Rams news. Kurt Warner explains Jared Goff's greatest weakness. That's another reason why he is no longer around. Tough show times. Rudy was there. Yes. Kurt Warner does great work. One of the great Rams of all time quarterbacks. He was listing Jared Goff's. He did a little thing about Jared Goff's weaknesses. Now, Jared Goff, take nothing away from him. I'm glad he's a Ram. He helped us get to the Super Bowl. But he was still a young quarterback. He was like in his third season in 2018, coming off of Jeff Fisher. The year with Jeff Fisher was a wasted year. It's almost like Kyle Shanahan and Trey Lance, that they didn't develop Trey Lance at all. And then before you know it, he got hurt. We didn't have that problem with the injury, but let's be honest. Fisher is great for building defenses, not offenses. And it takes Sam Bradford and poor Steven Jackson into account. But with Steve Spazzola, I always call him Spazzola as head coach. But yes, indeed, Jared Goff is a much better quarterback though now because he has more years under his belt. He's not the same player, so that kind of that little jab at us is he's a better player than when he was with McVay. Well, it's true because he's older now. He's got more seasoning. So we'll see what happens. Fernando Cabrera says Hall of Fame as well. Yes, indeed, baby. Fernando says, did you hear before the Rams got McVay, they were interested in Kyle Shanahan? Yeah. We couldn't wait for him. I didn't know it was a snowstorm. I posted that before he came in. So there was a snowstorm in 2017. And I was kidding, saying the great Ram in the sky was looking out for us because he couldn't interview because there was a snowstorm in that area. And he didn't want to do, Kyle Shanahan didn't want to do a Zoom meeting. And so we ended up hiring McVay after the interview. McVay knocked their socks off because you can tell just by talking to McVay how great a leader he is. And the rest is history. Jacques Fortier says Shanahan wanted Stafford before McVay signed him. Yep. That's another thing. Matthew Stafford, they're so intertwined besides being buddies and working together in different teams with different teams. Shanahan and McVay, they were both in Cabo. Big Wit set up a meeting with Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. Kyle Shanahan was with his wife on vacation, and he was looking slowly over film about Matthew Stafford, and McVay beat him to the punch. And there's a video out there saying, what do you think about when we signed Matthew, Kyle? And he's like, oh, you could tell he was a little irritated, but it was all in good fun because they're buddies. He was like, I wanted to go in there and say what's going on in so many words. So yeah, we beat him to the punch. And imagine those Niner teams with Matthew Stafford, and we still have golf, a young guy. I'm like, so yes, indeed. Jacques 42 says, Fernando says, Jacques 42, true. Yes, indeed. Jacques 42 says, Rams will make the playoffs. I got him making it too. True to game 209 says, yep, Kyle did want Stafford. Yes, indeed. Matthew Stafford, even before he was a Ram, oh man, he was amazing. That there's that clip of him. I think it's against the Cowboys. I can't remember, where he dislocated his shoulder. He gets up, and then he's on the sidelines, and the NFL, the TV break goes off, and he goes, I'm going out there. They're telling him, get back in here. And he goes out there, throws a touchdown. He can't even raise his arm. He's like, and he goes back to the sidelines. The guy is amazing. Fernando says, I don't think they're going to start Trey. Every sports media is saying he might be QB3, and even some of the players are saying Purdy's QB1. Isn't that crazy? If Brock Purdy doesn't turn out, like, he looked really good last year, but really, honestly, they didn't play very good teams. They almost lost to the Raiders, if you remember. It was 34-31. The only two good teams that the Niners played, and they didn't. Lance didn't have nothing to do with the Kansas City game. They lost against Kansas City, and they lost against the Eagles. Now the Dolphins are a good team too, but Tua didn't play the way he could. So you kind of, I don't take them out as not being a good team, but Tua didn't do what he needed to do, but he was coming off of the injury and stuff. So, but yeah, the two of the three main teams that they played, they were even with them. They lost. So during the regular season, when they play these average teams that aren't very good, you know, they beat us twice. They beat the Seahawks, who really weren't that good last year. They did surprise people though, but they weren't a juggernaut at all. Geno did some good things. They played the Commanders, who had a decent defense, but that's about it. They didn't really beat Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay won the division at 8-9. It wasn't really impressive, really, with that regular season run. G12 says, either way, Rams can't lose long-term wise. Yes, indeed. G12 says, Rams news, Les Snead and Sean McVay weighing on draft strategy. Ram fans still chant F them picks, tougher times. Rudy was there. Yeah, it was F them picks, but now we need those picks. Next year, Sean McVay has his first number 1 pick in the draft. We have 11 more draft picks. We'll have that dead money from this year that strapped us. That's why we want to restructure. Like Colin Cowherd said, Matthew Stafford's contract will be off of the books. And I'm saying, you know, as long as you get these guys to the postseason, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, Ernest Jones, Kobe Durant, Fuller. I like our chances against the NFC teams. So we'll see what happens. You know, maybe it'll be like 1999 and we'll come out of nowhere. But 2024, 2025, we're going to be pushing hard, man. We're going to be all in again, getting veteran free agents to help with the young guys. I can't wait. Let's see. True to the Game says, if the Rams somehow end up with a top 5 draft pick, there's a good chance they trade that pick for more picks. And yes, indeed, grab some more bodies, good players that we need. It's going to be very interesting. Gabriel says it was against the Bears. Stafford did that. Yeah, okay, against the Bears. It's so crazy. If you watch that clip, put Matthew Stafford throws a TD with a hurt shoulder. You'll see it. It's amazing. Gabriel says Glock 9 is a beast. Yes, indeed. My Glock 9, love him. Willie Bowen, my guy Willie Bowen, OG Willie Bowen says, hi, Rudy. Shout out to the LA Rams legend Dick Bass. Yes, indeed. Running back Tom Fears, Jack Snow, Drew Hill. Yes, indeed. And Harold Jackson. Love it. And there was one clip that I want to get to is, you know, we have love for the Lions. You know, Jared Goff is there. Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl, and Lions fans were rooting for us because they love Matthew Stafford. They appreciate the kind of player he is, Glock 9. We love Matthew Stafford too. And so they rooted for us to win the Super Bowl. You know, they almost felt like they won the Super Bowl, seeing him do good. And so here's Brad Jones, a Lions GM, talking about the first time he saw Aaron Donald, talking about a legend of the night. And he knew that he was that guy when he was a Rams executive. Here we go.
I go in the pit and I see Matt, and Matt tells me, hey, Brad, are you staying for practice? And I said, yeah. He said, come out about a half hour early. And he didn't tell me why. He just told me to come out half. So I'm thinking as a scout, I'm like, oh, he's going to give me some more background information, some more intel. He'll be out of practice early. So he didn't tell me that. He just told me to come out practice early. So I come out to practice early. You know, they practice in that bubble that the Steelers.
They share
with the Steelers. Yeah. And so I go out there and I walk out to the bubble, and it's the ball boys, the equipment managers, the specialists, the kickers, the punter, the long snapper, and Aaron Donald. Those are the only people in the bubble. And Aaron Donald is sitting on this bag fully taped up with this twitch in his knee as if like, man, I've been waiting on this all day. Like, where's everybody at? Because I've been waiting on this all day. And so then I see Matt House. He comes out with all the coaches, and Matt goes, Brad, you come out early? I was like, yep. And he goes, did you see it? And I said,
did you
yep.
see it? I
and
love
it was
that.
Like,
okay.
I was like, nothing else needed to be said. I was like, that's it.
So there it is, man. I mean, listen, I'm a Rams fan. I made my channel to talk with you guys, and originally it was just about tailgating and stuff, and it will be that too still. But as a Ram fan, I'm just going to give you my perspective. You know, we pick our teams and we're faithful to our teams. We love our teams, but I've been so blessed. I mean, the players of my lifetime, like my guy Willie Bowen, speaks of these OG Rams. I mean, Vince Ferragamo, Billy Waddy, Jack Youngblood, Jim Youngblood, Nolan Cromwell, Cullen Bryant back in the day, Wendell Tyler, on and on and on. Hacksaw Reynolds, right? And then in the 80s, Jim Everett. I mean, the guy would go to San Francisco with really Super Bowl teams, and he'd leave with the W. I mean, as long as we had Jim Everett there and you kept him upright, we had a chance to win with Henry Eller, Flipper Anderson, Pete Houlihan, Duval Love, Dennis Hara, Jackie Slater. I mean, David Hill, Jim Hill's from Sportscaster fame, his brother. The Rams got to the championship game in '89, beat the Niners in '88 at Candlestick, the house that Jim Everett built, 38-17, the 38-16. We needed that win in Candlestick, and Jim Everett and the boys came through. As long as the offensive line, like with this team, is healthy, Jim Everett would light you up. Now, any pocket quarterback that's a bigger guy with this big arm, if he can't have space to be comfortable and stretch his legs out and get that arm flowing, it's going to be a rough day. And so that's what happens with Matthew Stafford. We got to keep him upright. We got to keep him healthy. He has a little more mobility Jim Everett did, but I'm just saying, this guy reminds me of Jim Everett in a lot of ways with a big arm. The guy would go 18 passes in a row. I remember that. And then Kurt Warner came out of nowhere. The great Ram in the Sky took care of us after Trent Green went down. That horrible Rodney Harrison throw. Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. I mean, Ernie Conwell. Amazing teams through the years. The greatest show on turf, one of the greatest offenses that ever lived. And then Matthew Stafford gets thrown in our lap. Sean McVay in a drunken stoop, so to speak, calls Stan Kroenke, said, he's the guy. We need him. And Matthew Stafford comes to Los Angeles and we win the Super Bowl. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. OBJ comes to the Rams. Von Miller comes to the Rams. OBJ gets hurt. The script has changed. Now it's the Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp show, the Triple Crown winner. Amazing stuff that I've seen, man, as a Ram fan. The Rams left to St. Louis. Props to my St. Louis brothers and sisters, the Vermelia. I'm sorry that you lost your team, but it's always loyalty over location. And on my birthday, they announced that they bought the Hollywood Park. January 5th is my birthday. Stan Kroenke bought the Hollywood Park land, and I had my Dumb and Dumber hat on. You know, the orange or the light blue in the tuxedo. So you're saying there's a chance they might come back, right? And so sure enough, they came back. And I always said, if the Rams ever win the Super Bowl, I'm a Dodger, USC, Laker fan. They always won championships, and they had parades. I never went. You know, I didn't want to get in that crowd and stuff, the traffic rather. I said, if the Rams win the Super Bowl, I'm going to the parade. They came back to Los Angeles, and I went to the parade. Amazing. I just got to tell you, that's my point of view. I just love this team so much. G12 says, Rams news, 5 undeniable reasons for an LA Rams bounce back in 2023. Roundin fan Rudy was there. Yes, indeed. And I'm going to give you mine. I saw that headline, but I haven't had a chance to see the story. Offensive line's a lot better. We're going to be much healthier. Matthew Stafford is healthier than he's been in years because he got that extra time off. Plus, he's always goal-oriented and competitive, but people are sleeping on my dude. I mean, they list him not even in the top tier of quarterbacks. They're always hating on the guy. And so that's okay. Keep the hate. Matthew Stafford. The third thing is Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp will be healthy, right? The fourth thing is Aaron Donald wants to ride off into the sunset with another Super Bowl in the next couple of years. He's signed until next year. And the fifth thing is our young defense has a lot of athletic guys, second-year players like the land shark Kobe Durant. Darian Kendrick wants to be a starter on the roster alongside him. Fuller wants to make a name for himself at safety. Let's see. Tutu Atwell is going to show flashes more often, more consistency. Ben Skoranek is going to be the QB3 possibly, and maybe we have a diamond in the rough in Lance McCutcheon, and then you sprinkle in the Puka Nakuas, the Davis Allens, the tight end, Tyler Hunter to go with Higbee. So those are more than 5, but I have a good feeling about this team. Love that G12. Thank you so much. Willie Bone says, hi, Grandizer. Yes, indeed. Jacques 42 says, AD is the GOAT. Yes, he is, baby. The modern day GOAT for the Rams. Love him. Willie Bone says, it's pure pleasure when the LA Rams win the Super Bowl Lombardi and new SoFi Stadium. Amazing, man. I can't get over it. I mean, we can be in the dumps for the next 5 years, which we're not. And I mean, in my lifetime, my Rams came back to Los Angeles, where I live in Southern California. I live in Riverside. And I saw them. I saw the parade. I went to Disneyland. I'm a Disneyland pass holder, as you all know, Magic Key holder. And I saw them over there. Bunch of Ram fans were all around. I mean, it was beautiful. Easy says, what's up, Rudy? Nice shirt, bro. Go Rams. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother, for coming in. As always, thank you guys for supporting my show and hanging out with me. Appreciate it. Let's see. I fell behind in the chat. Hold on. I'm going to get to your. Let me get my guy G12. Rams news, late moves and rumors. The Ramirez Sports was there. Rudy is always there. Thank you so much, my guy G12. So great. Amazing. Yeah, Rams rumors to Stafford, Aaron Donald trade. And then I saw Cooper Kupp rumors. Stop already. G12 says, what's up, Willie Bowen? Yes, indeed. Easy. He says, I'm still hating the rumors of us failing to trade Glock 9, and all the articles saying we should trade Kupp too. We got Matty Stafford for the long run. Yes, indeed. Easy, I'm not sure if you were here when I had the clip for Colin Cowherd. He basically said that the Rams came to Stafford and they wanted to redo his contract to get some money to make some more moves. And he kind of said no, that he wants to keep the money the way it is. And that's fine coming off of an injury, but it was never that the Rams were trying to trade him. Basically, that's what Colin Cowherd was saying in the clip that I had. I'll break it up and show it to you guys another time. It was too long for me to load here, so I had to show it off of the computer hard drive. But Willie Bond says Cooper Kupp is a million times better than Davante Adams. Yeah, Davante Adams is a hell of a talent, but they're two different receivers. Cooper Kupp is Davante Adams, like the flashy, go and grab the ball guy, right? Take over a game like that. Cooper Kupp does everything from blocking, inside route to shake and bake. He does everything. I mean, the guy is everything. He's the Triple Crown winner. So, exactly right, Willie Bowen. You have my vote on that. My guy Gil, sounds like the Rams don't have a great chance of landing Caleb Williams. Too bad. I don't think they'll survive. I don't think they'll survive regardless. I don't think we're going to get Caleb Williams because we'd have to lose, only win like 1 or 2 games. And I think we're too good for that, honestly, because I have us going 8-9, 9-8. We really are too good for that. Unfortunately, Caleb Williams, because there comes a time where we're still all in. I said that we're going to try to go, and this is McVay and Les Snead's mindset, is within the next couple of years, the Rams are trying to get back to the Super Bowl. Next year, they're going to start. We're trying to win every year. We have our guys. Next year, with the number 1 pick, money off of the books, we're going to be able to get free agents here and there. We're going to be real Super Bowl contenders starting next year. This year, we're throwing our hat in the ring. If we can get to the postseason, we still have those guys on offense, the young defense coming along. The Rams want to get to their 3rd Super Bowl in 10 years, and we're in year 7. The Rams are putting a bid to host the Super Bowl in 2027, and they want to be there again and win it. So we are in very good shape. And I like Stetson Bennett there. I think that he, as well as Stafford, the 2 Georgia Bulldogs, Stetson Bennett's been in a lot of big games. He's won a lot of big games in college, not the pros. He's already a SoFi Stadium national champion. He won it at SoFi Stadium last year. So we have 2 quarterbacks. One's a Super Bowl champion that won it at SoFi Stadium. One is a national champion that won it at SoFi Stadium. We have 2 quarterbacks, QB1 and QB2, that won championships in their leagues, being our quarterback, QB1 and QB2. Amazing. Granddaddy 12 says, Rosie Greer, who's got the ball, y'all? Yes, indeed. 1969, my guy, Rosie Greer. Yes, indeed. G12 says, the great Elway Crazy Legs Hirsch, the greatest show on turf, 1999, Mob Squad, 2015, 2018, Current Fans, Fearsome Foursome, 1963, 1971, the Sandia Heads. Yes, indeed. The Watermelon Heads. Rudy was all there for it all. Well, Rudy was there for it all. Yes, indeed. The Watermelon Heads are really amazing. Kind of like the cheese heads, and they were wearing really real watermelons. Some of them still do, and they sell those watermelon heads at the Pink parking lot. If you guys want to pick one up, you can probably hit them up on Facebook. I believe they have a site, but yes, indeed, amazing. They also have those styrofoam heads. Easy says Devontae Adams ID. Yes, indeed. Devontae Adams is the diva. Vegas is the perfect place for a Heiner like him. Devontae Adams, poor dude. He went to go play with Derek Carr, and then they got rid of him. He's a very good player, but his attitude. I like the swagger, but I heard him talking. He's kind of like Cooper Kupp is a golly gee guy, and gives everybody props, but he didn't even list Cooper Kupp as one of his top 5 wide receivers. I'm like, man, you don't even have a Lombardi, and you're talking about Cooper Kupp's not in your top 5. That's fine. It's only opinion. I was just annoyed with that. Willie Boss says 11-3 is the LA Rams record, plus on top of it in the NFC, plus on top in the NFC West. I love that, Willie Bone. From your mouth to God's ears. I hope so. I would love that. Easy says, I'm excited to see the combination between the tight ends, linebackers, and running back room during this camp. I can't wait, man. I think people are really sleeping on us. G12 says, Rams news. Read a bold take saying LA's Super Bowl window has closed. Ram fans said that after 2018 Los Angeles Rams season. Tough show times. Rudy was there. Yeah, so I heard our guy on Locked Rams. What is his name? Rams locked on Rams. Here we're saying it's not that the window's closed because if we have all those young guys, right? It's not like we have Van Jefferson to go with, AD. He said the Super Bowl window's taped. The Super Bowl window's taped right now. Something can happen. The Rams can catch fire with some gems in this draft. They get into NFC playoffs. And hey, we have players on both sides of the ball that have played in big games, and they're mostly talking about for next year, the tape will come off and the window's wide open again. But yeah, that was a very good way to put it because it's taped, and tape falls off. It's not shut. It's taped, mostly closed, because you still have Super Bowl champions on both sides of the ball. Not as many, but you do. And so I like that terminology. Granddriver says, I want to buy watermelon head for Payo. Yeah, we got to get him one. Jock 42 says, Cooper Kupp, Triple Crown winner. Yes, indeed. Cooper, Triple Crown Cup. Yes, indeed. Willie Bone says, royal blue and mustard yellow is what I love. Horns up. I do too. My guy, Granddriver 12 says, let's ram it. NFL Ram Team song, 1986. I remember the good old days. I love that. I love that old tune.
Hey!
A modern version of that. I would love to see that, a modern version of that. And so I'm going to get to another clip. I want to know what you guys think. So recently, it's all over Twitter. Devo Samuel was doing a radio interview, and I guess they cut it off from the part where he was, I guess, plugging something for himself or whatever he was promoting. And then the interviewer started talking about the the Philadelphia team and how is it going to be when they go play, right? Exciting stuff, how he always has something to say. And and this is what he did. Tell me what you guys think about this. Now on Twitter, I was saying, hey, Debo seems like he is in shape because there was reports that he's in much better shape than the past, because he comes off injuries all the time. He always has injuries, but he does run hard. And I go, he seems like he's in shape because he ran away from that interview. Here's what I mean. Watch this.
Deebo Samuel here with us. Well, something that is your call. I saw what you said about the Eagles back at the Super Bowl at Sirius, where if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, you guys would have won that game by double digits. Why would that have been the case?
I don't know. That's old.
So do you not still believe that?
I mean, I do, but I mean, we're not. That shit is like we're not gonna keep talking about it. I mean, I said what I said.
Gotcha. So then what happens this year when you play Philly on December 3rd?
I don't know. Just wait till week 13, 12, whatever week it is. We'll show you.
Well, then you know how that's going to go down. You're going into Philadelphia. Those fans are going to be booing you loud. You have a message for Eagles fans?
Hey, guys.
Yeah?
All right, we're good to go.
What do you mean? We have Deebo on right now.
Yeah, I know, but we're going to head into camp right now.
Are you serious? Okay. Thank you. There you
Thanks,
go.
Bye.
Deebo Samuel right there. Doesn't want to answer a few questions. Are you serious? We got hung up on because all we did was ask him about the quarterback situation and then Philadelphia? And we got...
There you go. You got to love the girl in the background. He's like, hey, save me. And then you can hear bye, her little voice. What do you guys think about that? That's, this is one of the things that I'm talking about. Now, Deebo Samuel is a great player. The only reason why we talk about him is because he's a great player and he's from the number one team that we hate. But you would never see like a Cooper Kupp. We have guys that have class, that are professional, that can do the job. They're also dogs. You would not have a Cooper Kupp do that. And this is why I call him a diva. Just like Aaron Rodgers. They're great players, but they're divas. This guy has a lot to say when they're winning, kind of like a front runner. Did you know that in the championship game, he's been in 3 championship games, right? Against us, he gives us his all. I mean, he's everywhere, right? God bless him. That's what you're supposed to do. He balls out. But that's the regular season. In the championship game, in 3 championship games that Deebo Samuel has played in, he has 151 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 championship games. And I ask you, Cooper Kupp does that in the first half. I mean, 3. And you don't want to answer questions. So that's why I call them the regular season empire, and he's a diva. But it's all in good fun. But that's very rude. The guys brought him in. Just give your take. Even you can have a neutral take. Well, I just really feel that we didn't get a chance to play, But I'm just so glad we don't have guys like that. I appreciate the talent, but I'm so glad that we have guys that are they're not going to do that. They're not going to run away from an interview. Gabriel says it's great to be a Rams fan. Yeah, it is, man. It is, really is. Grand Rider 12 says, Rudy, will you live stream from training camp? I was thinking about it. I might, but I will for sure have video. We'll see how the signal goes out there. Maybe I will with some guys that hey, this is the Romania Sports Report. Here's my guy Gil and so. I saw Gil there one time too, and a couple other guys. We'll see what happens. Yes, indeed, I would love it. We'll see what happens. I for sure will have video. I'll see if I can do a live stream. Maybe I will for a little bit. G12 says, Rudy, remember that last year at training camp when you were telling Brown fans, hey, did you see the Niner fan over there talking smack? You trolled them hard. They got all upset. Did I say that? I don't remember trolling them. Did I? I don't remember. Last year at training, was there Niner fans over there? Maybe there was. I don't remember. The season was just so hard on me. I lost half of my memory of last year. Jacques 42 says Diva Samuels. Yeah, it's crazy that it's just fun because he said that comment that if Brock Purdy would have played, they would have won in double digits. Okay. Crazy Juice. I swear everyone wants to make this Niners and Eagles into a true rivalry. Yeah. You know what? I think Crazy Juice and everyone here, the NFL should have put them the first Monday Night Football game. They gave us the Bills, not in Monday night, but they gave us the Bills right off the bat. I want to see them play again. If you remember, Trent Williams grabbed one of their guys and threw him to the ground, a little cornerback. He doesn't do that like with Aaron Donald or anybody, but he did that with the little cornerback. If you remember, he got the guy and threw him straight down, and it was crazy. But I would love to see them faster than in October, November, whenever they play. Yes, indeed. Gabriel says, Debo's still talking crazy after he got blasted. Yeah, it is crazy, man. It is crazy. Gabriel says, Debo's still talking. Yep. Got that already. Willie Bowen says, Ola Gabriel. Yes, indeed. G12 says, yeah, they were ready to fight. It was funny. You were joking. Oh, okay. I don't remember. I don't remember. I honestly, I don't. That's funny. Gabriel says, what's up, Willie? Yes, indeed. Love it. G12 says, no, there was no Niner fans. You were making a joke with fellow around. Oh, okay. Willie Bowen says, what's up? Jack 42. Yes, indeed. So let's see. Hold on one second, guys. And so this is what I was talking about with the like my guy Grindizer 12 was saying. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna sign off pretty soon. But the offensive line, besides our guys Cooper Kupp, Stafford, Donald, healthy, I'm looking forward to this offensive line. These big horses with Steve Avila in there mauling guys. I mean, 500 snaps without giving up a sack. Havenstein, no boom. Not sure if him or Ankrum are going to be at left tackle. We'll see what happens to our left guard. We'll see. I'm excited to see what we can do with the healthy offensive line. I'm excited. So these are going to be the guys in the trenches that's going to help us go where we need to go. And so I just want us to have some patience, but also be excited, because what we went through last year, the silver lining is we got to see guys in positions that they were able to thrive in, like the Ankrams, the Coleman Sheltons, and I'm looking forward to it. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming in. Thank you guys so much. Today is Wednesday. I'll see if I can come in this weekend, if not Monday. Willie Bowen says, Whiners don't have fans, they stalkers. G12 says, Havenstein, cue the Dr. Frankenstein quote. Look, it's moving, it's alive, it's alive, it's alive, it's moving, it's alive, it's alive, it's alive. Yeah, whenever I see his name, I just say, Havenstein. Willie Bowen says, Whiners don't have fans, they got trolls and stalkers. Yeah, that's there's a lot of Niner fans in Southern California, and God bless them. But it's so weird when I see, and it's because the Rams were out of the market, but you see a guy with a Niner jersey and a Rams hat and a Laker hat or a Dodger cap. It's just funny to me. Then they come to beat LA when they play the Rams. It's funny. G12 says, final thoughts of the noche. Yeah, so the final thoughts of the noche is training camp, guys. Make sure that you register yourself to get your training camp tickets. You have to register to get your free tickets. I'll be there on the 29th. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. And also too, don't forget that our offensive line is going to be a lot better. And don't forget too that this is where we're at right now. I mean, in the NFC and NFC West, we're still the only team that can do this. It is what it is. It doesn't matter who comes at us in the regular season. We were the only team to get it done, and we're trying to get it done again. So props to you guys. I appreciate you so much. Wonderful to have my guy G12 back in the house. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, G12, for coming in. You're always welcome, brother. Appreciate you. G Trust is let's see. G Trust says, get your horns up, Rams fans. Crazy Juice, it's funny that you say we have trolls when I see a lot of Rams fans trolling Niner content creators. We're just having fun, Crazy Juice. You're always welcome to you. We're just having fun with you guys. I have a lot of Niner content creators, CG Ruthless Sports, Grant Cohn, even my guy Rombo. We have fun with each other, and that's all. It's just fun, you know. But props to you guys. There are really good Niner fans, and I know a lot of them too. We just lean into them. Willie Bond says Christian Sims should be the designated fullback. I love it. Ali Rams, what's happening? What's happening, brother? Thank you so much. I'm about to sign up. Appreciate you for popping in, though. Appreciate you, man. I'll come. I'll let you guys know in advance next time more often. I just happened to come in at an unexpected time. Gabriel says, I still love the days when it was rare to see a Rams fan when we were in St. Louis out here. That's how you knew it was real. Die hard for life, baby. Yeah, man. When we went to St. Louis, it was a lot of people that got hurt, just like St. Louis brothers and sisters. And when I first walked into the pro shop, I think it was the Pro Image at that time in the mall, you see your recognizable Rams helmet logo, and then it said St. Louis on top. You know, on top you're like, ah. But it was always loyal to our location, so you know it is what it is. G Trust says, thank you everyone for joining the stream. Please hit the like and subscribe button on the way out. Please share, stay healthy and happy and safe and blessed. Yes, indeed, you too, G12. Yeah, hit the like button. I always forget to do that. It helps the algorithms, and thank you so much. Ali Ram says, how about Aaron Donald trade? We're not going to trade him. He's here for the long haul. The Rams want to win with him. We're hoping that he's signed till the end of next year, and we're hoping to get a few more years out of him. Unless somebody offers us anything crazy, I don't think we're going to trade him. Same thing with Cooper Kupp and Stafford. G12 says, do you feel like you're in charge, Bane? Do you feel like you're in charge? Yeah, so thank you guys so much. I appreciate you so much, other Rams, for coming in. We'll do this again soon. I appreciate it so much. And as we always say, may the Ramilia be with you. And Ramulators, mount up. Thank you guys. Have a good night.